Hey everybody, John Hartley. I've been a member of the precious metals and coin collecting community for a while now. I recently decided that I would try making my own videos. So this is the first one. Before we get started, I want you to meet somebody. Maxwell, come here. Come here, Maxwell. Sit. Sit. Good boy. This is Maxwell, my constant companion. Give me some notes. Good boy. Good boy. Sit down. Sit. He's a smart dog. He's a good dog. And his name is Maxwell. Maxwell Edison, be complete. Maxwell Edison Hartley. I've named all my animals in my adult life after Beatles songs, yes. So, that's enough of the dog. Go away, Mutt. All right. A little bit about me before I get too deep in this unboxing. I am a U.S. Navy veteran. I served for 4 years on a destroyer in the early 80s. I was a rescue swimmer, and I was an operations specialist, third class petty officer. After I got out of the Navy, I went into law enforcement. I was a law enforcement officer for 27 years. The last 10 years or so, as a deputy sheriff, I was the quartermaster. For you civilians, that's supply officer. And the armorer. I maintained all of the weapons for the department. And it was a 200 plus man department, so pretty big job. And being an armorer led to my retirement pastime, hobby, and that is I'm an amateur gunsmith. I don't work on other people's guns. I've worked on my uncle's guns, and I don't take pay for it. That would be against the law. I just finished a M1 carbine, a 1944 M1 carbine that was in rough shape, been stored for years, dirty, probably hadn't been shot since the 1950s. And when I got through with it, cleaned it, put a new spring pack in it, ran perfectly, just like it was fresh from the Springfield Armory. Well, I started out as a coin collector just out of the military, and I didn't start stacking silver until a few years ago when it dropped. It got my attention. Silver was down to $20. And so I started buying, and so part of my channel, if I continue to make videos, is going to be silver. I buy at least 12 ounces a month. I buy Eagles each month, fill up tubes. One day I'll have enough to buy an empty monster box and fill it up. And then I buy bars, and sometimes I go on auctions online and just buy junk silver that nobody's not necessarily constitutional junk silver, just those ugly silver bars that say Happy Thanksgiving or what have you, and nobody bids on them because it's a serious coin auction, and I can get them under melt, and if it goes over melt, I don't bid on it anymore. And so that's and my coin collecting hobby. One of the biggest parts of it is commemoratives, U.S. commemoratives. I started obviously with modern commemoratives, and I started collecting them in the 90s, and I would buy the ones I could afford. You know, when you're a young police officer, and then I was married. Sometimes there just wasn't any money. So I'm going back now and buying the ones I didn't, buying the ones I couldn't afford back then. Some of them a lot of them you can get for what they originally cost at the mint or less, and some of them have gone up in value, so you got to do it. You got to buy them. But when I started going back, of course, the first ones I started with were the 1982 George Washington halves. These were the first two modern commemoratives to come out, and I got these probably 2 or 3 years ago. And to find them in this nice a shape, that's the uncirculated, is hard, because 1982, a lot of people buy them just as, you know, they're not collectors, and they just put them aside after they see them, and they get banged up. Sometimes they're stored improperly. So when I buy a older commemorative, I not only look at the quality of the coin to make sure that it has been kept stored properly, so it doesn't have any fogging or spotting or anything like that, and that it's never been removed from the plastic capsule, no scratches or anything. I also pay attention to the packaging. This one looks pretty good. A little bit of spotting up there. There's George and his horse. This was not a bad start to the modern commemorative program. But to find one in packaging that is this nice is sometimes hard. This one has one little bitty problem on the corner. Proof one over here. But other than that, these boxes are in perfect shape. Somebody took care of them, and that's what I look for when I buy commemoratives, the modern commemoratives. I look for the packaging as well as the coin. So that's what's in this box. This box got here Saturday, and today's Monday, and that's the longest time I've ever had a box in my house without opening. Usually within 2 minutes of getting back from checking the mail, the boxes are open. So I had family in town over the weekend, that's why I didn't make the video yesterday or the day before. But I guess we can get into the unboxing. We'll use, I notice that some of y'all like your knives. This is a Benchmade that I carried for 15 or more years with the sheriff's office, and you can tell that it was in my pocket every day because on the side it rubs against your pants. The bluing is gone, but I like that. This one just got back from the factory. Benchmade has a program where they will sharpen your knives for life. All you do is send it to them, and they'll sharpen it and send it back. So this one has, it'll probably be able to cut through this box nicely, but let's do it. Yeah, I'd say she was pretty sharp. Yes, it is an automatic. It's illegal for anyone to own except military and law enforcement, and that includes retired law enforcement. So let's see what we got here. Packaged nicely, like that. Box won't, government packaging won't get damaged when it's in something like this. Now I've got another package to get through. There we go. Nice so far. Invoice they have to say. A little bit of advertisement. Never bought from these people before. Eastern Numismatics. I paid $84.50 plus $3 shipping for this. This is a excuse me. This is a 1996 two-coin Atlanta Olympics. It's the rowing and the high jump proof silver dollars. So they look good in the pictures. Don't like they put a sticker on there. I hope it's one that peels off easily. I'll do that later. But the box does look good. And not bad. Certificate of authenticity is included. Let's make sure it's the right one. Rowing and high jump, yes. Let's see here. Hope everything's focusing good for y'all. I've had this camera for a while. It seems to be pretty good camera, but I've never used it for video. It's a Nikon Coolpix L310. So it's an older model, and I bought it used, but it was perfect, in perfect shape. Everything looks good here. Let's see what we got. Here is the high jump. A little bit of spotting. Not perfect. Hold on a second. Got a cloth here that I can. This is a microfiber cloth used to clean camera lenses. See if it makes a difference on any of that spotting was on the capsule. And it's hard to get one in perfect shape from 96, but this one isn't bad at all. Just a little bit of spotting, no hazing. Looks like it's never been removed from the capsule. So overall, I'm pleased with that. The rowing. '26 Olympiad. The reverse on all of these coins have the Atlanta Centennial Olympic Games logo. And this one's about the same condition as the others. Got some spotting on it, but no hazing. Let me wipe this one down a little bit too. They're in pretty good shape. A little bit of cloudiness over on the 2 o'clock position. But overall, I'm happy with it. It'll make a nice addition. The status of me filling in the blank of the blanks of the ones I don't have I've gone back all the way to the beginning of 1982 and up to 1996. I'm not necessarily buying them in chronological order, but that's where I'm at in this 2-coin set. I've got a couple of more of these from 96 to buy, and then I'll move on up. Shouldn't take too much longer, and hopefully if I make videos, y'all will see them all. This 95 and 96 for the Atlanta Olympics, the Mint put out 8 silver dollars, 4 in 95, 4 in 96, and they put out a bunch of half dollars each year and gold coins each year. And of course, I don't know what they were thinking, but after 1996, they came down to what they do now, is they put out two programs of commemoratives each year. And now they do, one of the programs is only a silver dollar, and the only other program is a silver dollar, half dollar, and a $5 gold coin. At least that's the norm, and that's apparently what it is for 2018. Though they are doing a special one in 2018 where it's the centennial of World War I, and with each coin, or you can get a 2-pack, a 2-coin set that you can get a bronze medal of each of the services: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. So, of course, me being in the Navy, I'll get the silver dollar with the Navy medal in it. So that's that. Each time I make a video, I'm gonna, like I did today, I'll bring out something else that may interest you, that's along the same lines of what the featured item is in today's mail. Also happen to have this sitting around. This is 1946D MS-63 Walker in Rattler. Rattler is cracked, but it is not compromised. So the reverse is better than a 63. The reverse is beautiful. The obverse has some image issues, excuse me. It's got some scratches where that's where it got its 63 from. But this one was just sitting out on the kitchen counter today, so thought I'd include it. Well, that's it for today's unboxing. I've got another one that I'll do tomorrow. I may do it today, but I'll post it tomorrow so I don't bore you with everything. But till I see you next time, I am 1042.